We discuss lesser sac and the peritoneal folds. The competency we are discussing is to identify the boundaries and recesses of lesser and greater sac. Peritoneal cavity contains communicating between the compartmentalized potential spaces. They are not visualized on CT scans unless they are distended by pathological processes. This cavity is divided into two parts, greater sac, lesser sac. The greater sac is further subdivided into supracholic and infracholic compartments by transverse colon. Lesser sac. It is also known as omental bursa. It is the largest recess of peritoneal cavity. It is bounded anteriorly by lesser omentum and stomach, posteriorly by transverse colon, pancreas, upper part of left kidney, left adrenal or suprarenal gland, and diaphragm. Epiploic foramen. To the right, the lesser sac opens into greater sac via epiploic foramen or foramen of Winslow. Epiploic foramen is bounded anteriorly by the free border of lesser omentum with common bile duct, hepatic artery, and portal vein. Posteriorly, it is bounded by inferior vena cava, superiorly by the caudate process of liver, and inferiorly by the first part of duodenum. A prominent fold of peritoneum is elevated from the posterior abdominal wall by left gastric artery. It divides the lesser sac into two compartments, large lateral on the left and small medial on the right. Lesser sac has three recesses: the superior, splenic, and inferior recess. The medial compartment contains the superior recess, which surrounds the caudal lobe. Splenic recess extends across the midline to the splenic hilum, attached by the gastrosplenic and lienorenal or splenorenal ligaments. Inferior recess extends inferiorly between the stomach, pancreas, transverse mesocolon, between the two layers of the greater omentum. This space is usually obliterated. Another competency, that is identifying the peritoneal folds and the pouches and their explanation. Structures formed by the peritoneum reflection are lesser omentum, greater omentum, omental bursa, epiploic foramen. Ligaments include the mesentery of small intestine, transverse mesocolon, and sigmoid mesocolon. Lesser omentum. It extends between the porta hepatis to the lesser curvature stomach and proximal part of duodenum. It consists of hepatogastric and hepatoduodenal ligaments. Greater omentum. It has four folds of peritoneum extending between the greater curvature of the stomach and transverse colon. Peritoneal ligaments. Ligaments of the liver include hepatoduodenal, hepatogastric, hepatorenal ligaments, coronary, falciform ligament, that is ligamentum teres in its free edge, and left and right triangular ligaments. Ligaments of spleen, gastrosplenic, lienorenal, splenophrenic, and splenico-colic ligaments. Ligaments of stomach, hepatogastric, gastrosplenic, and gastrocolic ligaments. Mesentery of small intestine. It is a fan-shaped two-layer fold of peritoneum attaching the coils of jejunum and ileum to the posterior abdominal wall. Its attachment to the posterior abdominal wall is the root of mesentery. A triangular fold of mesentery of the vermiform appendix is called as mesoappendix. It consists of blood vessels in its free edge that supply the appendix. Double-layered peritoneal folds are the transverse mesocolon and the sigmoid mesocolon, through which they are attached to the posterior abdominal wall. Peritoneal pouches. Peritoneum has the following pouches: hepatorenocolic pouch, rectouterine pouch, vesicouterine pouch, and rectovesical pouch. Ligaments. Reflection of parietal peritoneum raised by underlying vessel, duct or obliterated fetal vessels are median umbilical fold, that is by allantoic duct, medial umbilical folds, umbilical artery, lateral umbilical folds, that is done by inferior epigastric artery. Peritoneum has the following pouches: hepatorenocolic pouch, rectouterine pouch, vesicouterine pouch, and rectovesical pouch. Thank you.